everybody and welcome to Hannah's Happy Space. My name is Hannah and you join me here at home today. If you haven't been here before, let me introduce myself. Like I say, my name is Hannah. I live with my sister, older sister Cara, and her son, my nephew Sebi, who is 9. We live in a town on the edge of Dartmoor in Devon, yes, just think about where I live, in Devon in the southwest of England. Yeah, so it's been a little while since I've been here. I think when I just had a little flick through my notes, it's been about a month. Excuse me, it's quite warm here today. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes, it's been about a month. No particular reason at all for that, just haven't got round to it. I'm not one of those podcasters who has a set time, you know, every 2 weeks, every week, whichever, because I know I won't stick to it. So I just get to you when I can. So today is Tuesday, I checked the date, not the actual day, Tuesday, the 1st of August. Like I've just mentioned, it's rather warm. Should we do the typical British podcaster thing of saying what the weather is like? Actually, for a change, just check there's no black clouds that way. It's sunny at the moment, although I've just looked at the weather app and it does say there's wind and rain warnings for tomorrow or something, but it does feel like it's rained for probably the last 100 days. No, it does seem like it's been pretty continuous. It's been warm though, humid with it. Our poor little garden has taken rather a battering. I keep looking that way because that's where my garden is. Yeah, it has taken a little bit of a battering, bless it. We've got 5 sunflowers we've been growing from seed, and it's been ever so windy, and sometimes I can't bear to look outside because they're just laying down. They keep falling and I go and pick them up. 5 minutes later they've fallen again. Who knew sunflowers could be so stressful? Yes, so like I say, it's August. That means here in the UK it is the summer holidays, so Sebi is on his 6 weeks holiday from school. The podcast today is a little bit rushed, a little bit thrown together, so hopefully I've got everything because everyone's gone out. Sebi is at a sports club over the summer holidays for a few weeks, so Cara's gone to collect him and they're going down to see my brother. So I took the opportunity while they weren't here to quickly gather everything. I was meant to film at the weekend because I was home alone, but made the most of a lie-in and lazed around in pyjamas and watched films and things. So yeah, got sneaked in here today. Let's show you what I've been doing. I'm just thinking if there's anything else I need to tell you before I start. Let me say, I should have said at the beginning, welcome to everybody. Everyone's very welcome here, new, old, whoever you may be. If it's the first time you've watched one of my videos, then welcome. Hopefully you'll stick around, and thank you very much to those who are returning viewers. Where you can find me, I am obviously here on YouTube. I have an Instagram account, which is Hannah's_happy_space. All the information will be in the comments, not the comments, the description below. So there'll be links and all sorts there if you want to follow me. I also have a Ko-fi account if you would like to buy me a coffee, or that is also where I have my online shop where I sell project bags. There's 1 or 2 left in there from my previous update. There was supposed to be more in there sooner. However, my craft room is my conservatory just there, and with all this rain, it has been incredibly noisy in there, so it's hard to go out there and craft. It was also hard to get out there and craft due to the colossal mess that had occurred, and that's no exaggeration. People who know me will know, or have been to the house will know that craft room / conservatory was an embarrassment. However, that is one of the things we have done so far in the summer holidays while Sebi was away. We gave ourselves 4 days. It took us 2 days non-stop to take everything out. Our front room was chock-a-block with craft supplies. We've cleaned it, we've moved furniture around. we've been very good. Cara had a craft supply as well. I have to say, not as much as I had. Although, because, you know, I'm here talking about yarn crafts mainly and some sewing, I have tried everything in the past and I'm not very good at getting rid of things. So there was a lot of stuff in there, lots of stuff that couldn't be saved that's gone obviously in the bin, lots of stuff to be recycled, and a huge amount of craft stuff went down to one of our local charity shops. So I'll just let you know about that for today. Ruth, my lovely friend Ruth from Ruth Loves to Knit, has said she would like a craft room tour. If anybody else is interested and would like a little look round, let me know in the comments below and I'll add a video on to my next podcast. Haven't done it today because I have got a little extra to add on to the end of this video. If you stick around to the end, I've got, I think it's about 8-9 minutes if that. Sebi has asked that I upload his last homework project onto this video. I think I mentioned it last time, I can't remember. His termly project, the term I've just had, was of his choice, and he chose to do a video diary of our garden. So if you want to see what our garden looked like before it was battered by the wind and rain, there's just going to be a little video at the end, Sebi explaining all the plants and the wildlife and things we get in our garden. But I'll tell you about that near the end. Right, I think that's probably enough waffling. Is there anything else? Sebi's had a few more golf competitions. As you might know, if you've been here before, he is a golfer. He has taken part in lots of competitions, and actually one very important thing we're very proud of, at his last competition, one of his coaches has asked him to play for his county. He's been asked to play for Cornwall under 12s next year, so we're very proud of him. He's very pleased as well, so that will be next year's venture in golf. Like I say, he's finished school now. He'll be going back in September to year 5. Anything else we've been up to? I've had a birthday. That was back at the beginning of July. Not as exciting as you get older, are they? Although they had some lovely gifts. We've had a few knit club meetups last week. Yeah, last week was our first one of the summer holidays. So Sebi came along, and so did Ruth's daughter Eva. She brings her crochet along. We had a range of ages, from Sebi, who's 9, up to our eldest member Barbara, who is 95. I think you wouldn't think it looking at her, but yes, so we've been having a couple of nice weeks, even in amongst the miserable weather. Now I've been waffling on for some time. Let's show you what you've come to hear about. I'm guessing is the knit and the crochet. No sewing or cross stitch or anything this week, or this time. It is knitting and crochet. So let's start with our finished objects, shall we? If you keep seeing me looking down, my notes are underneath the camera. Right, where to start? Let's start with, I've got a massive pile that, like I say, everything was kind of thrown. Here it is. And here is, no, that bag. Here is what we used. Okay, so if you watched my last podcast, you will know that I found the best pattern in the world, the Tolsta Tee by Crochet, and I had made 2 double knit versions, one in a cotton acrylic blend and one in, oh, it was all sorts. It was a recycled wool blend from Stylecraft. And I told you, I think I might have started it, that I had a fingering weight pattern that she'd brought out, and that is now finished. So you're not going to be able to see it very well because obviously I'm not wearing it and I have to try and hold it up, but I will try and take some photos and put those in. So this is my fingering weight Tolsta Tee. Not showing it to its best there, am I really? Stripes again, as you can see. Let me bring it a little closer so you can see what the yarn is like. So the Tolsta Tee in a fingering weight version. Let me stop flapping it around and tell you what I've knit it using. I haven't got any of the black left, or I have, and it's gone back into stash. So the black that I've used is a Stylecraft Special 4-ply in shade black, and this is 100% acrylic. And it's knit up really nicely, actually. I'm not sure if it feels maybe a little bit softer than the, just seeing, oh, these are quite old though, so they've softened. A little bit softer than the DK maybe. I don't know if maybe 4-ply generally is used for baby knits. I don't know if that makes any difference. But yeah, you know, knit up really nicely. Good on for the budgets. You know, really inexpensive yarn. And I've been able to team it up with a hand dyed to make it go further, which makes it even better. The hand dyed is this is what I've got left. I had 2 skeins, and I broke into the second skein of this on halfway through the second to last stripe. See, I can see the difference a little because the second skein, I'm just going to try and see if I can show you, was slightly brighter. And I've just used that, like I say, on that half of this stripe and the last stripe. And I didn't use any more on the sleeves. So I finished those off in black. So had I done the black a bit further down, I could have just used the 1 skein of the hand dyed, which is, let me, whoop. So that one is Haunted House from Floof Fibre. And this one is 4-ply, it's a high twist 4-ply. It's 80% merino, 20% nylon. And I, like I say, had 2 skeins of that one, but have got plenty left. So let's pop that in there so I know where it is for now. Yeah, that's my Tolsta Tee. I have not got it out of my system. I've been thinking of lots of different things I can do. Actually, if I just tell you, I have modified this very slightly. The actual pattern has a different rib. I've gone for 2x2 rib just because that's what I like. Prefer to knit that than like a 1x1. And the increasing is difficult to see on the black. I've done a different type of increase. I have done knit front back. So that just gives you a different detail on the raglan increase. But I am very happy with it. I have tried it on. And it looks very nice, if I say so myself. I've got a black dress and a black skirt that it will go with very nicely. So I will try and put some photos in, like I say. So that is my first Tolsta, my first finished object. I have, when I come to show you a bit later some of my new items, there are plans for a second Tolsta in the 4-ply version. So that's that is the first finished item, 1 Tolsta Tee. I'm looking down again at my notes. Okay, let's go on to the next. I feel like I really babbled and rushed through that one. Hopefully it wasn't too fast. Let me have a little drink. I feel like I'm really blah, 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 blah. I think because I haven't been on for a while and it's rushed, like I said, makes you speed up a bit. Just calm down a little bit. Okay. Second item is in this bag. Yep. Okay. So I showed you the start of this one last time, I remember. Don't think I'd done very much at all on it. This is the Knit Chat Cowl from Chit Knits. So Chit Knits, oh, I did have it here. Do the slip stitch the slip knit. What's this? A shawl. That's who this pattern's by as well. So I thought I'd try one of her other patterns, and I needed something for knit group, which didn't take much concentration, a fair amount of chit chat that goes on. And the pattern actually for this says it is ideal for a knit group because there's enough interest to keep you interested in the knitting, but not too much that you will not be able to keep track of it. I don't know if that was true in my case, because I'm sure there were bits I had to take out and undo, and I'm still not 100% sure I've even got it completely right. But that's probably just me, because if you read the pattern, it is very simple. There was obviously some good conversation going on. I'm just trying to move it around a bit. So this is looking very dark there. I'll see if I can get the colour to look any better. That's a bit better. It is a little bit brighter. I have got that light on. I'm wondering whether I ought to put another light on, but don't know how much difference it'll make. So that's it from the side. So it's been blocked. If like I say, that's it's not even that big to try and hold up. That's it from the front. So you get this point at the front. Let me move forward a little bit. Let me put it on. It's probably better. I was thinking, do I really want to put it on because it's quite warm. Oh, try not to get my hair clip and my glasses and everything. So that's, there we go. Be all right when the weather cools. So we've got, there we go. So it's really is a simple pattern. I just made mistakes, I guess. And like I say, I don't know if I did it right because it seems quite small. I think the measurements are right. I didn't really, it said you needed 100 grams of yarn because I assume, you know, that's how yarn comes. I haven't weighed what I've got left, but I have got that much. That looks like a substantial 30 grams, if not more. I'm going to have to take it off because I'm getting too warm. Whew. But I suppose there's no reason why, oh, watch out for the earrings. There's no reason why you couldn't just carry it on if you wanted it bigger, if you wanted to use up all the yarn. So it's got these different sections of increasing and decreasing, and then this eyelet section. So like he says, the pattern, enough interest to keep, you know, enough differences in stitches and things to keep you interested. Yeah, and it's going to be perfect for when it starts getting chillier, and it'll fit under my coat and all the rest. And these I find are quite good if it's chilly in the house, just as an extra little layer. Just seeing if I can get the colour. Oh, that's better. So let me tell you what the yarn is. So like I say, that's what I've got left. And this is a Rainbow Fusions yarn, one of my favourites. And this is, the colourway is Monster Hotel, and it's 100% superwash zebra yarn. I really like this zebra yarn. I've used it actually in that other shawl I was showing you just a second ago, that slip stitch shawl. Really super soft. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was. In this shawl, whoa, it's hard to see because of all the different colours. One of these is a zebra yarn, and it was by Rainbow Fusions as well, and they're so soft, so soft. Yeah, so that's that one. Pop that back in there. That can go in supply for something else. I wonder if it's enough. I don't think it's enough for a hat. I'll have to, I don't know how much there is, so I don't know what it's enough to do. Maybe mitts? Tie it with something else? Who knows? I think I've got some black left actually. Well, I have got some black left from my Tolsta, so I could team it up and use it up with something else. So that is the tongue twister, Knit Chat Cowl by Chit Chat Knits. So there we go. Lovely. Right. Pop that to one side on the done pile. Right, what's next? Let's stick with knitting. And I have got a jumper. Let's make sure I've got everything I require, tags and yarn and all sorts. Okay, so previously on videos you'll have seen, if you have seen them, you will know that I'm a fan of the Felix Felix Pullover by Savoury Knitting. I haven't got one down here. I had one on earlier because it was chilly this morning and then, you know, warm again. I've made a purple one and a black and white one. It's an Aran weight yarn, was worsted I think in the pattern, an Aran. Over here in the UK is Best Fit I think, and Cara had wanted one for ages, and I'd been knitting other projects, and I'd finished the Tolsta. I think that's what I've come to the end of. I don't think I've done anything else in between it. And I was sort of saying to her, oh, I think I might cast on another jumper for myself. She's like, my wool's over there, can you do mine? So she has chosen some actually, it is bright wool, but it's not as bright as the original one she wanted. But you never know, there might be another one to come, I'd imagine. Yeah, so this is a Felix pullover. Let me show you again. It's going to be tricky to show you. You ready? Ooh. Oh, it's not showing up as bright as it is. Let me see if I get closer, if I can make it the right colour on screen. No, the yellow's blowing out. There, the yellow looks right. So this is actually, and the pink is a lot brighter, sorry. No, blowing out. It's a real sort of almost fluorescent neon pink through it. This is actually a chunky weight yarn. So it's a little denser, because I use the same size needles. It's a little denser than my ones, but it isn't the thickest chunky yarn in the world. So it all worked out fine. This, let me just show you if you haven't seen it before. So the Felix has this V-shaped lace on the raglan, there. And it's a cropped sweater, although there would have been more than enough. We had more than enough to make it a longer sweater, but Cara wanted a cropped one. And full length sleeves. Just seeing, it's really blowing out. I will get a photo of her wearing it so you can see it a little bit better. Hopefully I'll be able to get the true colour as well. Let me tell you what the yarn is. So this is, yeah, it's really not showing it at its best. Even if I do all this. That's slightly better. Anyway, this is the yarn, and it is it's called Pebble, and it is from Woolcraft, and they come in 200g balls. Oh, that's going to be shut. There we go. Like I said, yeah, 200g balls, and this is the third ball that we just broke into for the sleeves. Again, I'm not sure how much is there. So about 500g, I think, for a Felix. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's what we used. The colourway, I don't think it has a name. No, shade 8169. But there were, like I say, loads of different colours in it. Might possibly get another one made. But I think with this that's left, I think, did she ask for a hat? I think the hat has been requested. So not yet. Obviously, we're not in need for hats yet. We're not in need for big chunky jumpers, but you know, that will become a hat at some point. So that is that one. That's Cara's Felix jumper, Felix sweater. No, Felix Pullover. Felix Pullover by Savoury Knits. Right. Knitting finished objects complete. Whew. Okay, let's have a look at some crochet. I've buried it. Here it is. Let me move some bits for me to reach. Okay. I think this had been started last time. Yes, this is a, what was that? Something stuck to it. A crochet bag. This is, whoop. Let's try and, it has been used, so. Oh, this is a real rainbow project. So this is the Jolly Chunky bag by Lucy from Attic 24. This is a free pattern from her blog. Like I say, all the pattern details will be underneath. Yeah, it's a Jolly Chunky bag. So the pattern calls for a chunky weight yarn. Coming closer again. Sorry everyone, keep doing this. Chunky weight yarn, but what I decided to do was hold 2 strands of Stylecraft Special DK together to get this sort of mild effect. Picked out a rainbow of colours and then changed 1 strand each row. So say here I've held together orange and yellow for this row. Then on the next row there, I've dropped the yellow, changed it for red. So it's the red and orange and so on. So then it becomes red and pink and dropped 1 colour each time. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, and I just did it until, I don't know if I did it exactly as many rows as the pattern said. If I didn't, it wasn't very far out. I think I did it so that it ended with the rainbow repeat, all repeating the same, you know, equal amount. Same for the handles. Rainbow handles. Then it is decorated with these flowers. So I went for daisies. On the pattern they're all multicoloured, I think. So again, I used 2 strands held together for the flowers, so both white. For the centres, I held 2 different shades of yellow together. And then for the green, I had, I don't think it's, might be Hayfield Bonus Chunky that. But I had a bit of green chunky yarn left, so just used that as is. Sewed it all together and ended up with this lovely bag. I've used it, like I say, took it to knit group one day, fits plenty in. Obviously not one you want to be out in the rain with. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And it was a really nice, quick project. I think because I've used so many colours and stripes and things, I find if there's lots of stripes and things, you tend to do a little bit more because you think, oh, I'll just do 1 more stripe or 1 more colour. Yeah, and a beginner's project as well, I think. It is all just trebles. All trebles for the main bag, that's UK trebles. UK doubles for the straps. The flowers and leaves have a few other stitches in, but Lucy's patterns are so good. They're full of information, all written out completely, loads of photos, and they're all free, so it's just brilliant. So yeah, that's that one. That is the Jolly Chunky bag from Attic 24. And we've got 1 more finished object, and it is another crochet object and another Attic 24 pattern. Things balanced on it. Now I'm really going to struggle to show you this one. This has taken a while since I showed you it originally. I can't even remember when I first showed you this. This is, like I say, from Attic 24. It's the Yuletide Blanket, but I've done it in my own colour palette. So I'm going to try and get to the, it's all folded up. I'm not going to be able to show you all of it, but I'm going to try and get to the middle of it. So you can see what the pattern is. Oh, no, that's not it. There we go. There's the middle of the pattern. And again, the colours aren't showing up as well as they could. I'm coming closer again. So, let's see if I can. That sort of shows you the stitches. It's a three row pattern repeat. Very simple, very effective. This was bought out, is it last year or the year before? I can't remember. Obviously a Christmas blanket, and you could get the colour pack. I didn't want to do that. I wanted a rainbow because apparently everything I make needs to be a rainbow. You can see it's pretty big. It's making me hot. These are the colours I've used. My very fancy shade card. So we've got, right, let's see if I can do this. Lipstick, spice, clementine, no, gone wrong already. Lipstick, tomato, clementine, no. Right. You'd think I'd, oh no, I can't read it because it's backwards on my screen. Let's do it like this. Lipstick, tomato, spice, clementine, dandelion, lime, apple, Kelly green, teal, empire, royal, proper purple, plum, boysenberry, and fuchsia purple. So those are the colours that I put together. Whew. And again, I don't know if I followed it pattern exactly as in number of repeats. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 full repeats of all the colours. Then for the last bit, I did a few more repeats. You have to finish on a certain row. It is a free pattern, but you know, I'm not going to give it all away here. You have to finish on a certain row, which for me was this apple row. Then I've done, I can't remember what the border was for it. I don't know if I did what it was. Did I? Can't remember. What I have done to finish mine off is 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of half trebles or doubles. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Can't tell. Half trebles. And then finished it off with a crab stitch. All right, around the edge. I will try and take a photo of the whole thing. But do you think I can get a decent thumbnail for once? Honestly, I try so hard. It's not very normal for me to stop and grin at the camera mid talking. But some of the pictures that YouTube pick for you are shocking. And then you have to go through and screenshot. So whew. Anyway, you don't need to know all that. This is, like I say, the Yuletide blanket, and I'm going to just chuck it over there and fold it up again in a minute. It's making me very hot. It's very heavy, but like I said, I've used Stylecraft Special DK, so it's very affordable yarn. I think all of my blankets are pretty much made from that, and they wash in the washing machine, and you know, mine get to see a lot of use. Sebby likes to wrap himself up in them or use them to build mattresses on the floor to lie on and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, good way to go with this Stylecraft. Right, that is it for finished objects. Now I've got a couple of whips. 1, 2, 3 that I've got to show you. One of which has got a very teeny weeny bit that I haven't done a huge amount on at all. So let's start there. It is in one of my many Star Wars bags by Amelia Xjoy. One of my particular favourites. With a rainbow. Oh, and there's some rainbow yarn inside. Right. This is, whoopsie, the Bring Me Sunshine shawl from Jem Arrowsmith, who is Under the Olive Tree. Was this a free pattern? I think this might have been a free pattern when I got it, or a discounted pattern. Can't quite remember. There was a cowl running, but I think that's, has that finished, or does it finish in the end of August? I can't remember. I'm not doing it as part of the cowl. I'm just doing the pattern, just knitting the shawl. This is a one skein shawl. I've done some of Jem's patterns before with the one skeiners. You know, those skeins sometimes you think, not that you want to be seen more than they would be on your feet for socks. So this is the yarn I'm using. That looks quite bright there, but you could probably know I'm going to say it's brighter than it looks. So this is another Rainbow Fusions yarn. And this is Zinger Rainbow, which is a superwash merino and nylon, 100 grams, 425 meters. So let's see. It's on quite a long cable for the amount of knitting there is at the moment, but obviously it's going to grow. This is what we've got so far. I'm trying to stretch it out as much as possible so you can see the lace sections. I'm coming. There's been a lot of moving back and forth here. See if it will show up. I was going to hold it against my dress, but it's not in the right place. So you get these lace sections throughout the whole shawl. I have only done a really tiny bit. This is the bit, this is the first, this is all I've knit, or this is what I knit when I started. Oh, what a mouthful. And I haven't picked it up again since. That's what I'm trying to say. So on these, like I say, on a great big needle, so it's boinging around all over the place. It's twisting around. Nightmare. There we go. Get there eventually. So yeah, that's the start of that one. I'm sure I will pick it up again soon. Needs a little bit of concentration, obviously, because of the lace. The pattern is all very clear, very well written. And I'm sure I'll get back to that one. Got my froggy stoppers on this one. So let's pop that away. Hopefully when there's a bit more to show you, it will be easier to show you. Okay, so that is, what did I say? Bring Me Sunshine. That's a shawl by Jem Arrowsmith. Whew, okie dokie. Next we have got this selection of parts. So not only have I had a clear out of my craft supplies, so has Mum, and she found this. Let me find the label. She had a whole bag, 10 balls of Cygnet Aran. This is colourway Honey. This is a 100% acrylic yarn. Like I say, she had 10 balls, and she said, would I like this to make a Felix to go with a pair of my trousers? For my birthday, Cara bought me a beautiful pair of Lucy and Yak trousers, which have got sunflowers all over them. And this colour matches perfectly. And I thought, yes, that would do nicely. Then I realised there was 10 balls and thought, well, maybe there's a different pattern I could do. Have made a few Felixes, have made one recently. Maybe I'll make something that's going to use a bit more yarn and will see me through the autumn winter. So I had a look through Ravelry and fancy doing some cables. I have done cables before, very simple cable, and I love cables, I love the look of them, and wish I'd had a bit more confidence in doing them. So picked out a pattern with cables. Little did I know that the cables were charted, not written. So that'll be a new skill for me. Mum's gonna show me how to do that. I'm sure it's not difficult at all. But the pattern I've chosen is called the Antler Pullover by Tin Can Knits. Now this is a in the round jumper, but is not top down, it is bottom up, which I have done once before when I made a sample for the wool shop. So I have 2 sleeves. 1, 2. Yeah, there are definitely 2 sleeves. So 2 sleeves done, and I have started on the body. So it's not a lot to look at because it's very scrunched up, and it's just rib and stockinette, I should say. So I've got another 10 inches or so till I can join it onto the sleeves, and then start the cabling. So I'm just doing a few inches every evening, and it'll get there. It's not a rush. I don't need it anytime soon. Like I say, I'm going to need some assistance when it comes to the cables, but I am quite enjoying this bottom up jumper. I was just seeing if I had anything else there to show. Yeah, enjoying this bottom up knitting because it's TV knitting, round and round and round and round, no need to concentrate. And then I think when I get to the joining, that's going to be the interesting bit, and then it's done. You know, get to do the cables, cast it off, done. As much as I love doing a top down, sometimes with the top down you do all that interesting bit and then it's all the not so interesting bit. I was coming crept closer just so I can show you my little notions. I have got a Battenberg stitch marker, that's from Chapelview Crafts, and these new stitch holders, Boom Pow, really like these. I thought I had the card. All of my stoppers are from, apart from one pair, my little Grogu pair that Cara bought me. I think it's called Isle Stitch. I can't remember. I'll put the details. I'll put her name on the screen and I'll put the details at the bottom because I've had quite a few from there. I've got, like I say, Boom Pow, the frogs that I just showed you, roller skates that are on a different project, and then I've got these little rainbows, and I bought my mum a pair of big pink daisies. So next time I see you, I'll probably hopefully be getting near, or if not onto the cabling for that. I will put in a picture so you can see what I'm aiming for. Yeah, so that's the Antler Pullover from Tin Can Knits. Now the last project I'm working on is in here. Is a crochet project. Sorry, I am here, I'm just moving stuff. Yeah, a crochet project, another crochet blanket, much to Cara's upset. I don't think that's quite the word. We've got a massive pile of crochet blankets and she is insistent we do not need any more. However, I feel you can never have too many blankets. I've got them all over the sofas, piles of them. When the winter comes, she's going to be thankful for all of these blankets. That's all I can say. So I am working on, sorry, my glasses are getting a bit steamy. I have joined in with a crochet along. a free crochet along. So, you know, if you like the look of it, head over. This is called the Maxine Afghan, and it's by KMW Crochet Designs. I think I saw it on, someone put it on their stories on Instagram, I think, and I thought, oh, I like the look of that. Now I'm part of the Facebook group and I'm follow on Instagram. And if you follow me on Instagram already, you'll know what I'm talking about because I've already posted this. This is I guess like a mandala style blanket. It's not a mystery crochet along, you know what you're getting, like a round mandala, but then it's squared off and made into a square blanket. And I haven't made a blanket like that before, I don't think. I have done sort of, you know, all the different types of stitches and that kind of thing to make blankets, but not a proper mandala style, I wouldn't say. So let me show you, this is the first 2 parts, comes out every Friday. This is the first 2 parts. It's going to be tricky to show you because it's round and flippy floppy. Looks like a hat. I will put a photo in as well because you're not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to hold it up flat. I'll pop a photo in and then I'll show you some details. So I'm coming again. So sorry everyone. So let's start in the middle. You can see all these different types of stitches. Like I say, I have been crocheting a while now and I am quite a confident crocheter. However, I did have to print off a stack of paper. About look, this is all the stitches. Are we back? Something weird happened with my camera then. I don't know what happened. Yep, it's definitely recording. Might have to have a little play around there. Yeah, so this is the big pile of about 20 sheets of paper that it's thrown me. Yeah, all the different stitches. I have done a lot of the stitches before, but going between, I do the patterns on my phone, so if I wasn't sure what a stitch was, I'd have to come out of that pattern, go into a different file. So I printed that off, so I've got it. So we've got we've got all sorts in here. We've got your basics, your doubles and your trebles. These are UK terms. The pattern is in US, but I tend to translate. We've got puffs and popcorns and double trebles, different size puffs and popcorns, a folded stitch, which I've not done before, not difficult at all. And the pattern is really, really well written. There's so much work gone into this for it to be a free pattern. You know, there's lots of things, like I've got these on the back at the moment, stitch markers for whatever's coming up, but lots of times it'll say place a stitch marker in whichever stitch, because that'll help you with the next row. You won't have to count stitches and everything else. So I'm really enjoying it. So it is a challenging project, and I haven't been challenged with a project of crochet for a while. I love something with lots of different stitches and texture. As lovely as it is making a blanket like the one I've just shown you, that's more of a relaxing, repetitive project because you're using the same stitches again and again. Same with amigurumi. I love crocheting toys, but it's the same stitch over and over and over again. This sort of project is just something completely different. Oh, that's a bit better. Paler colours, looking paler on the screen than it is. I'll tell you what I've got. Not my usual bright colours, but you may have noticed a rainbow. And no surprises, Stylecraft Special DK. All of them are that. All of them are that. Is that it? Right? All the colours are from that range. And we have got, let's see if I can get a bit closer so you can see. Ooh, they're merging into each other. What if I put it on this side? Hold on. Oh, this feels weird. No? Right, let's just see what we can do. Candy floss, apricot, lemon, see the lemon a bit better up here, lemon, spring green, sherbet, wisteria, clematis. So it's a pastel rainbow this time. I think it's going to look really pretty when it's finished. And I think it's going to be pretty big. Honestly, I'm not sure how many parts there are. Probably should have looked. But again, all the details will be below. And that's all I can tell you about that one, really. There we go. So, just put that one away in its big old bag of yarn. And all these bits of paper. Whew. Okay, so that, oh, the camera is doing weird things. Something flashed then, I think. Anyway, that's everything. Whew. They're all my whips. I think I'll just very quickly show you a couple of new incoming bits that I've had. If I can remember where I put them. Let me just lean this way. Everything's falling. Uh-oh, quickly. Whew. Right, like I say, I had a birthday at the beginning of July, so I've had a few new bits from there. I haven't got everything. I've treated myself to a few things. So I thought I'd start off with these. This is, oh, let me move. Got my favourite pink in there. This is from Mouse Witch Yarns, which is Mandy from Mouse's Makes. And this is Glastonbury, the colourway, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And this, I have plans for becoming, you guessed it, a Tolsta. Can't see. It's got yellows in there as well. I have bought some yellow 4-ply to go with this, and I'm not going to stripe it. I'm going to do the top half yellow and the sleeves and down to a certain point. I'll measure up against my other one, and the rest of the body in this beautiful yarn. So that's my first incoming. I also treated myself to one of my favourite dyers is Miriam at the Discreet Unicorn. She had a window sale a couple of weeks, oh, it must be, yeah, a few weeks ago. Well, it's got to be a few weeks ago because I've not seen you. And I treated myself to a pack of minis. Sorry about the crinkling, but I want to keep them in the plastic for now. Try and hold it very carefully. So a beautiful selection of 4-ply minis. They have silver stellina running through them, which you probably can't see because of the plastic. But don't have any particular plans for these, but I can't resist a mini, a sail, and Discreet Unicorn. So that's that little selection. Ooh, crinkly, sorry. And finally, one of my birthday presents. I did have, I think this might have been the only yarn I had for my birthday. I had lots of fabric for my birthday. Bits for sewing. Just trying to think. Yeah, it was. This this is from Ruth gave me this lovely skein of yarn. Ruth loves to knit. This is Attic Spin Dye Neon City, and it is perfect for me because it's navy blue, one of the colours I wear the most, with all these neon pops throughout it. And I have been wanting to try Attic Spin Dye for a while. I haven't used any before. So that will no doubt become something beautiful as well. So that's that one, just a few little bits and bobs that have come in. And I think that's everything. Hopefully it hasn't been too all over the place for you. I don't know, I apologise for what happened with my camera at some point, so a little bit of editing will need to be done there. And that's it. I don't know what's over there that I'm looking at. That's everything from me, knitting and crochet wise. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I am going to stick Savoury's little school project at the end if you would like to watch it. Like I say, it is 8-9 minutes max of Sebby showing you around the garden, talking about the plants, talking about the wildlife. And he is very proud of his video, and he didn't get to show it in class. They didn't have enough time. His teachers watched it, but he didn't have enough time to show it to everyone. So he would like to share it with you. If you'd like to leave him any comments, you know, especially for him, for his video, he would love it, and I'm sure he'll reply personally to those messages. But yes, he'd very much appreciate a few views. So I will leave it there for today. I will be back again, who knows when. Like I say, I don't have a set schedule, but I'll be back again sometime soon. So thank you very much everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've been getting up to. Hope you're all having fun with your chosen crafts, knitting, crochet, sewing, whatever it may be. And I will see you all again very soon. Okay, thanks for watching everyone. Bye.
Hello, welcome to our garden. Do you want me to tell you what flowers we have? Well, you're about to see. So first of all, we have this sunflower, which unfortunately there's a little hole in. There. They're quite pretty. Have you not seen them when they grow petals? They're really nice. Next, we have these sweet peas. As you can see, they're quite tall, almost same height as me. Next, we've got this plant called a salvia. Actually, the flowers are actually quite cool if you think about it. Then we've got some snapdragons. Now, actually, sometimes you can actually make them move like a mouth, but some people struggle, so I might not show you today. I forgot what this one's called.
A sachet.
We've got a sachet here, which I always struggle with saying this one. Then we've got this really pretty flower right down here called dianthus. We've got some lavender, which actually they smell quite well. Smell quite nice actually. So yeah, we've got this is my plant. This is another salvia. There used to be one growing up to here. It was about this tall. I know. It's quite tall, isn't it? Some more lavender here, and this one's called ham.
I'm not sure what that one's called, but they lost the label.
So we lost the label on this one, unfortunately. The flowers actually smell a bit weird. It's frickin' daisy. So yeah. What's this one called again?
Not sure what its proper name is, but it's like a miniature snapdragon.
A miniature. That's what we call it. Little miniature snapdragons. Quite cool, aren't they? More lavender. We've got this plant called a sedum, and they're quite. If you fill them, they're quite rubbery. What's this one called again?
Scabiosis.
Scabiosis. Which actually is something wrong with this one. It's got something that's been infected by a fly called green fly. Then we've got a I really struggle on this one.
Geranium.
Geranium here, and I got this one. I don't really.
Hebe.
Yeah, Hebe.
We're not sure. We can't remember what that one's called either.
I don't know what this one's called either. Going over here. This one is called. Do you not know what this one is then?
The blue one is a penstemon.
Penstemon.
Yep.
Sounds like a pencil, doesn't it? This one, I think we're not really sure.
Salvia. Different type of salvia.
Oh, yeah. Another different type of salvia here. or pink. As you can see, you can probably guess what this is. It's called a fern. And we got some more. There we go. Right over here. Oh, there. Get it? And then these plants, actually, you might laugh at this. This one's called a cucumber. I think that's it. So, as you would have thought, why would we put these plants over here? What do you think? Now, what I think is that you can see it's a bit more sunny over there. It's a bit shadier more over here. These ones need a bit more shade. That's what I think. So if you guess that, then you're good at planting. Now we're gonna fill the bird seed up with some bird seed, which I've got right here. I'm actually gonna. This is a berry flavoured syrup block, which I'm going to put up here. So we're going to we give them mealworms so we can so they get more like extra protein and they get like more energy, and we're going to add some over there. This is the water feeder from a bird feeding station, and I'm going to clean it. So now we are going to put some more clean water in this now.
To rinse off the bubbles.
Rinse off the bubbles. thank you for coming around the garden with me and looking what plants we've got. Thank you for watching.